Hello everyone, this is Mr. Seymour, and I'm going to talk real quickly about how to do the second type of activity, written activity, which is your position paper. So I'm going to go here to Government 2305, and then you should be seeing a screen very much like this one, except it won't say student preview is on. Yours won't have that. Okay, so where we want to go is to weekly lessons, skipping down to week 3 for your first activity, and position paper number 1. Now, you should have already gone here and downloaded the position paper reading packet, and it's on federalism. So you're going to make sure you've read this packet, which you can get to. You should have been able to get to it all the way back to last week. There was a link to it. But anyway, download this packet, print it if you have to, or keep it on your computer. That is Reading Packet 1, Federalism. Then you have another document here, Position Paper Assignment Form. And that one you're going to download, and then we're going to give it a name, Position Paper Assignment Form number 1, Seymour. And then you're going to save it wherever you want to. I'll save it under Documents here. Okay, so now I'm going to go back to that document. All right, just like in the last one we did with the current event, you're going to fill this out. So we're going to enable editing. If you get that enable editing part, you have to have Word on your computer. We're going to fill this out. This is number 1. So I'm going to click inside here and type my name. Then I'm going to put my class information, Government 2305, and Tuesday, Thursday, 5:30 to 6:50 is all you need there. And then choose today's date from the drop-down menu, which today is the 3rd. It's Sunday night. Okay. Now from here, it's point and click just like we did the last time. The first section asks you to write a 1 or 2 paragraph explanation in your own words of the background and the issues that are surrounding the problem. In this case, if we look back at the document itself, you're going to see that the document deals with the issue of federalism, which is the relationship between the states and the national government, and it has to do with federal funding. And the question becomes, should states be allowed to basically set their own rules and raise money on their own to be able to pay for certain services, or should the federal government, because it's providing money to the states, be able to tell the states what to do? The states feel, especially with something like the Affordable Care Act, or with regard to education funding, the states feel that they want to just be given the money or have a share in the money, or be able to just raise the money on their own without the federal government telling them too much about what to do. But then the other argument is an argument about devolution, and as devolution occurs, which is basically returning power back to the states, you're also turning the financing back to the states. So as devolution occurs, the states have to raise the money to pay for things that the federal government was paying for. So that is described as a race to the bottom. And what you want to do is take a position. Is this a race to the bottom where, because of devolution and because of losing funding to the states, that because the federal government won't be contributing as much, that even though the federal government is out of being able to tell what the states what to do because they don't have the power of the purse, the states then have the obligation to be able to provide those public goods. And if they can't, then a lot of states are looking towards innovation, what they call innovation, basically privatization of different things, like private roads versus public roads, toll roads, or charter schools versus public schools. So you want to take a position on this idea of, is this a good thing or a bad thing? Read the document and decide for yourself. Then you want to provide any supporting statements down here in the third part. Supporting statements are anything that, from the reading, anything that support your side of the story. The pro arguments that are made to your side of the story, to what you agree with. The contrasting statements are anything that goes against what you agree with. You want to give some of those. Then you want to do an analysis. You want to say, look, I've taken a look at the pros and the cons, and I feel that I support my position because, and so this is where you're going to restate why you support your position. If you have any outside references, then you need to go ahead and list them here. Otherwise, simply put something like documents provided by instructor and the date. Okay? Something to that effect. And that should be okay. So that's how you're going to want to do. Oh, and you need to give your paper a title here. So so I'm going to take the position of devolution. So the detrimental power of devolution, which means that I take the position that government support, state taking things back to the states is a bad thing, and the federal government should continue funding it. You could take the other side, and you might have a title like the power of state innovation. Okay, so that would be saying, look, states are laboratories of innovation, and they should be allowed to be so. All right, either way, take a stance, make a title, fill out the background, the position, the supporting statements, the contrasting statements, and the analysis, just like you did before. Save the document. So we'll put file save here. And then what you're going to do, I'm going back to Blackboard here. What you're going to do after that, click on where it says position paper number 1. That's where you want to go for your link. Okay? You want to go where the title is. So when it's underlined, that means that it's a link. Position paper number 1, browse my computer. I'm going to go to documents, and it was position paper assignment form 1. I'm going to go to open. I see that it's attached. I have to agree that the plagiarism tools are going to be used, and then I submit. And then I will see my document here just the way that you will. And then when I grade, this is what I see. Okay. I hope there aren't any questions. This will be the end of this video. If you have any questions, email me, message me, call me at 301-9863. Do whatever you have to do. Let me know. And I'll see you all on Tuesday.